Welcome, everybody. We are back for another Crime Alley cast. The boy's already shaking his head. It's me, Josh Rars, and I got Costley to my left. What's up, Costley?
How you doing?
Got Zubaz to my right.
Still here.
Still here, I know. And then there he is, the head shaker himself, the boy.
I'm still here.
The boy's still here. That's what I'm shocked about. I thought when we brought Zubaz in, we were done, we were free, but guess
Never free.
Never free of the boy. We got a lot to talk about today. We got the whole Titans came out, like the season 3 of Titans came out, and I guess that's what we wanted to talk about the show because we all like a DC and DC shows for the most part. Oh, Stargirl, and then there's a lot of the characters are in the game too. So I mean, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited to talk about it. There's just a lot to talk about. 3 seasons, basically, of what we're going to talk about, right? Kind of, a little bit.
Well, I mean, 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
But yeah, so like what we're going to talk about, just so everybody gets the outline real quick, so that you know what you want to tune in for, and there'll be timestamps to jump ahead and everything. We're going to give a quick non-spoiler review here in a minute about what we think of the show. For those of you that haven't seen the show yet, but want to know if you should watch it, then we're going to get into spoiler discussion of the first 3 episodes because they dropped all at the same time. And then there will be a timestamp for those of you that just care about DCL to jump ahead, and we are going to give a thumbs up, thumbs down ranking on all the Titans that are in the show that are currently in DCL based off of their look, usability, their Titan synergy, and their comic resemblance. So,
very detailed.
Real quick, if we want to jump into the non-spoiler review real quick, I mean, let's just go ahead and get right into that. I mean, well, do we want to say? Anybody have anything else to say? Intro yourself or anything? How you guys doing today? Hey, it's been a week since we did our episode, so
I feel like since I joined, we're now doing these at a much faster rate here. I think it used to be like a month or 2 in between podcasts.
It used to be 2 a month, but we do want to get it sped up a little bit and do some more, get some shows out there for people. Be kind of a show people can count on to get on a Monday morning or a Tuesday morning whenever we normally post it. So
I got a haircut, so
haircut's
it's
good.
new.
Yeah.
I guess the new thing we all did was watch Titans. So all right, what did you guys think of the show? Non-spoiler. So what did you guys think of the show?
Can I say a spoiler?
No, you can't say a spoiler.
Hold the spoilers.
Do you know how good it would have been? Hold on. Do you know how good it would have been if I would have just went like?
Costley would have bleeped it out.
Me out?
Yeah, he would have bleeped it out.
It would have been great. It would have been great.
Just more work for him though.
Yeah.
But
that's a lot. Yeah, of course, the guy that doesn't edit the podcast would think that's
start it off. Just get us going.
Watch this show. Oh my God, watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
It is better now than it has been. If you started it in season 1. If you didn't watch it because you saw the trailer and you were like, that does not look like my Nightwing or, something like that. If you got a couple episodes in or maybe you left because of the way they did Trigon or whatever, forget all that. And you could literally start fresh in season 3. And this is like a brand new, and it's awesome. I would say watch this show.
All you'd have to go enter into the show knowing into season 3 is that the Titans exist. Like that's all. You don't need anything beyond that. Yeah, there's backstory. You can go watch it if you want, but I definitely agree with that. Like, it's better than it ever has been. This is by far my favorite season so far, and we only have 3 episodes, and I'm very excited. And
HBO money, baby.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk a lot more about it in the spoiler section, but I definitely say you need to see this. It's great. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm very excited for where it's going. So.
I asked one of my buddies he's the one that got me into comics, and I said, "Hey, have you watched Titans?" And he's like, "No, I didn't watch it. It looked real cheesy." I was like, "Okay, like I get that, Like I said that season 1 was fine. Like it was fine. It's definitely a completely different tone than what you think it might be. It was a lot more like you would say dark and a little bit more. Like, I don't know.
It was definitely darker and more brutal.
Yeah,
it was something that it took me getting used to. One of the things for me that I had to do in season 1 and 2 was, and you don't have to do that much in season 3, or even really at all, but in seasons 1 and 2, I kind of had to go all right, this is different from what I've read in the comics, and I need to let this person tell me their story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like that's making the show.
Season 1 literally starts with Dick Grayson saying "F Batman."
Right.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. I
It
remember
was
that.
in the trailer, and
Yeah, that
I
was
think
a
people
trailer.
wrote it off before they even gave it
Yeah.
a chance.
that shows you that it's a little bit more of a
It's not
dark, brutal.
not your grandpa's Teen Titans, Titans. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
No.
And I was telling my buddy this, and I was like, okay, I get what you're saying, but season 1 was fine. It told a story, whatever. It is different. I said season 1 was like 7 out of 10 for me. Like it was. I watched it. Amanda and I were hooked on it. What I did not like that they did was they split the season finale. They made it the season 2 opener. That really almost made me not want to watch anymore because I didn't like that. But then we watched season 2, and I thought the story was better. I did like the whole Deathstroke stuff. I thought it was cool. And they were introducing Superboy, and I thought that was cool too. No wait, was it season 2 Superboy?
Yeah, that was because
of Deathstroke. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And so it was better. I liked it a little bit more. But then, I said so. Season 2 was a little bit better than season 1. Season 3, though, oh man, it's right. It's so good. Like
they just keep building onto itself.
It's better. It is better. There's just
one thing to mention too. People will look at it and say, okay, it's a DC TV show, and right now they've got Greg Berlanti and they've got Jeff Johns, and they're doing their thing on CW. They're doing their thing with Stargirl. They've got a lot of stuff going on over there. This is not in that world.
Not that.
This is not the Arrowverse. This is the stakes seem way higher, as we'll talk about in the spoiler section. It is a lot darker. It is a lot more realistic in a lot of regards. So if that is one of the reasons that you're avoiding it too, is you're just kind of chalking it up to the rest of what's happening on live action TV, don't let that stop you either. I think that this is more of a start of what we're going to see with Titans and Peacemaker and what they're doing with HBO Max.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they can.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. Yeah, and Du Bois kind of touched on it for a second, and I want to kind of piggyback off of that. The HBO money, you can see it in this show. You can see it versus the first 2 seasons, and the first 2 seasons, like they weren't bad, but it was like you can tell that there's more money behind the show now. And
even like the opening scene, just with Nightwing's and this just the special effects on Nightwing.
Yeah,
you're like,
the opening season 3 was super cool.
Yeah, super good.
Yeah,
no spoilers.
All right, so do we want to go ahead and get into spoilers then? I guess we'll do this as are you guys cool to get into spoilers? Did you want to? I mean, Du Bois, you only really said HBO money. Did you want to give it, or do you just agree with all of us and watch it for the non-spoiler section?
I'm gonna hold my tongue because I really just want to blurt something out right now.
Okay, so all right, at this point, big warning here. I'm waving my hands. We are about to spoil the crap out of the first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you.
Do not want to be spoiled.
It's your fault.
Pull your phone out of your pocket right now. Come on, hurry, and hit pause.
It is now your fault if you hear something from us that you didn't want to hear.
1, go.
Hawk is dead.
Hawk is dead. Damn it!
That was insane. I can't believe they did that. It was. Oh man.
Sorry.
Okay.
Also,
skip to the end.
Okay, so now that you got that,
is dead. Joker's dead. Everybody's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spoilers.
I just
Bruce Wayne isn't Batman.
So here's, I mean, we all like to show whatever. There are some things that are, it's different, and it's up to you to watch if you decide if you like that or not. There's things that they're doing that I don't like. Like one, I don't like that Batman's so old. I don't like. I really don't.
It makes sense though.
It makes sense. Whatever.
With how well, think about it. Like with how old Dick is in the show, it makes sense that Bruce is older.
He looks really old though. How old do you think this guy is?
60, man.
60 years. That's too old. I think.
England.
Okay, here's how I would I would think Batman started.
Game of Thrones?
I did not watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he was a major character in Game of Thrones.
Was he?
And I think if you saw him in Game of Thrones, you would buy him a little bit more as like
Batman.
Really? I see.
Yeah.
There was
he's a bad mother effer.
I mean, like I saw him do a little fight scene in season 2 against Nightwing in his Nightwing's head whatever. Okay, yeah, he has the moves, but the stuntman has the moves, whatever. Like it's fine. This aged Batman has the moves still, but I just don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like for Barbara. She's just already Oracle, and like I'm fine. Like I like Barbara as Batgirl. I never really read her as Oracle, so I want her as Batgirl.
I am a little disappointed that we missed that.
Alfred's dead.
Alfred's dead.
Joker's
Yeah.
now dead. Like
Dead.
it's so many
Gordon's
things.
dead too.
Gordon's dead.
The opposite. I can take the opposite stance on that. I like that because it feels like this. It lends to this world has consequences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, like, we're not gonna just kill people and bring them back, even though there is like implications. Donna's coming back.
I feel like everyone that's died has come back except for
Hawk.
Because Aqua.
Aqualad didn't come back.
Yeah, he didn't come back.
There's no way Hawk's coming back. Are you kidding me?
No, Hawk's dead. Or is he? Like, I don't know.
Here's the thing: you can take a body to a Lazarus pit. I don't think you could pick up all the little pieces of Hawk and take them to a Lazarus pit.
The only way to get Hawk back is to collect all the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
So to build upon what I was saying, though, I this world feels aged, and I like that.
I don't.
It fits. It fits Titans. It fits the fact that these are the older Titans and not the young Titans. Mm-hmm. This isn't like Robin as a teen Titan. This is Nightwing as a Titan. You know what I mean? Like,
Josh, let me say something that may help sway you a little bit. Okay. The way that they have written this, it's not going to turn into another Batman show or another Batman movie, right?
Yeah.
There's no way that this can now turn into a show about Batman.
It can turn into a show about Nightwing, and like it could still be in Gotham and stuff.
Exactly.
And you know what? Honestly,
I think Batman could still be Batmaning around. Superman's Supermaning around.
DC has one of the most interesting settings in Gotham. So it's like
real quick on that. You said Superman's still Supermaning around, right?
And so is Wonder Woman.
As soon as Supergirl brought in Superman, the Supergirl show was post.
No, it wasn't.
And then, the Supergirl show went downhill after they brought in Superman.
And then they gave Superman a spin-off.
And then they gave Superman his own show.
I liked Supergirl, and I don't think it went downhill when they brought Superman in at all.
This is their way of not allowing this to be just another Batman story.
You said this was going to be something that you were going to say something that was going to make you change your mind. It didn't. I don't. Me personally, I don't like. Oh, like, okay, they're in Gotham. Oh, cool. Barbara Gordon. All right, she's already Oracle. Fine. Okay, Gordon. Oh, Gordon's dead. And then when they first talked about Batman, and when they first revealed him, I'm like, dude's old. Like, I was upset about that. And then now it's like, oh, and then when this season started, like, oh, I saw Joker with the crowbar. Oh, cool, Joker. Joker's dead. Like, it's just, I mean, I know this is about the Titans, but there's still, as like a big DC fan, it's I'm always excited when I get a chance to see the other characters kind of on the show. And so we're not going to see Batman. I'm not going to see Gordon. I'm not going to see Barbara Girl and Batgirl. I'm not going to see the Joker. We're not going to see Aqualad. Like, I'm not going to see Hawk anymore. Like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, it's whatever. Like, whatever, man. I don't know.
But it also, like, it makes every single moment, for the most part, in the show an edge of your seat moment, because you don't know if somebody's about to get shot in the head,
right?
Or if someone else, or if Dove is going to pull the trigger that kills Hawk.
Yeah, I thought Hawk was gonna live, but let's go break down some stuff.
Let's go in order. Let's kind of give it a little structure here. So
we're all just excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, first episode.
I watched it all last night, and I'm just
opening scene. We get Jason Todd going out on his own, trying to take down the Joker, and gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
where was that? I guess if you watched the trailers, you knew that was coming, maybe. But
I didn't see the trailers.
Where are you guys at on that? Like, what did you think?
I think that there were two parts to that scene. You go first, Costly, and then remind me. I have two parts to that scene.
I think it was just. Like, hey, we need to get this done to get Red Hood. So, and it works better than a rumor that I had heard a while back, which was going to be that him falling from the building in season 2 from Deathstroke was going to be what turned him into Red Hood. And that would have been really bad if that turned him into Red Hood, because
I have a question, and again, I said this before we started. I haven't read a lot of Red Hood. The inhaler that he took, was that helping him come over his fear?
I think it's anti-fear gas is what it is.
So because in the episode before he goes out to go fight Joker, he takes one and you see his eyes like kind of get bigger.
I thought that was just like
their way.
I thought it was like a fear steroid type deal. I thought
it's like I think it's anti-fear gas.
It flashes back to him falling, and then he's like, oh, and then he takes the thing and then goes out to go fight Joker.
Yeah, I think it's either anti-fear gas or it's just some sort of like
stimulant.
I thought it was like thing.
I thought it was a stimulant to get him.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out there too. We got introduced to a new character this season that his specialty is fear, and perhaps maybe develop overcoming something to develop fear, and we don't know.
Which we did find out is not working.
Jason Todd is working with somebody else. So I'm just Scarecrow. I think could be involved with what is going on in that inhaler, basically.
Yeah. I think that's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it.
The other important part of that opening scene with Jason getting killed by Joker, which you guys brought up, in the beginning, and so I'm going to steal your guys' point because I want to be the one that breaks it. No, I'm just kidding. Is the reveal of Tim?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Show Tim.
Yeah.
Because technically,
it's in that first scene.
Yeah, it's in that, and then also there's in the beginning of the episode. I can't remember exactly. I don't remember what scene took first, but the Titans all working together was another scene that was in there.
That's after.
Is that after? Okay. Yeah. So Jason, and Tim's in there, and it looks like a different origin for Tim, but I'm ready for whatever it's gonna be. Like it looks.
And they did a kind of sneaky. Like they showed this character the whole time, and fan of Batman, and as I'm watching, because I know who Tim Drake is, and I'm like, is this gonna be? But they never said his name until the very end of his scene. They go Tim. I'm like, oh, it's Tim Drake. Okay, and I'm like, cool. Okay. I'm in. I don't need my origin stories to always be exact like the comics. I don't need. I like when they make it, or I just like origin stories that make sense. And this is so far cool. This is it. This is gonna be Tim. Big fan of Batman. He's hurt by the death of Robin, so this is okay. I could see him becoming Tim Drake.
Yeah.
All right, two other things the two other big things that happened in episode 1. We already kind of glossed over 2 of them, but real quick, Joker is dead. Batman has allegedly killed Joker.
Allegedly.
Batman comes in the middle of the night. Nightwing's asleep, and Batman opens the door and drops a bloody crowbar and says, "I finished it." Oh my gosh! And then he's like, "I'm done with this city. The city's yours." And then he leaves, and is gone.
But he also says, "Be a better Batman."
Be a better Batman. Yeah.
So to your point that this is not a Batman show, I think it is a Batman show.
I think they've done more Batman in this season than anything else.
Yeah.
So I think this season is a lot about Dick finding his ground as a leader and as potentially the new Gotham protector.
But when I was Amanda doesn't know as much about DC as I do. She likes watching the shows, and I've obviously read more comics than her. She's read Batgirl. But anyways, I was telling her that she's like, "Oh, is Nightwing going to become Batman?" I was like, "Well, in the comics." When it was when Batman got hit by the Omega beams from Darkseid and he goes back in time, that's when Dick Grayson steps up as Batman, but he's with Damian, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Grant Morrison's run on Batman.
Yeah, and so I was like,
his Batman and Robin run.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, well, yeah, he's Batman, but his Robin is Damian, and so we don't have a Damian yet. But I said, but there's probably a Damian running around there right now. How old?
Here's the thing
he's
that
probably
I do
30
enjoy
years
about
old.
this.
I just get me started with
the thing I do enjoy about this show though is it's not necessarily playing completely by the rules with the characters though, based from the comics. You know what I mean? They could very easily do Dick stepping into the bat suit, and having Tim be his Robin rather than Damian. You know what I mean? Or it could be and that's what I find interesting. And not to go too far ahead in the episodes and everything, but what I enjoy about the show so far is we know this season ultimately is basically going to be under the Red Hood in a way, and
the last one was the Judas Contract. Season 2.
And I've read Under the Red Hood and I've seen the animated movie. I don't need to see now the live action version of that be the exact same thing. Give me something different. I've read that. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm okay with on a lot of this stuff where it's to your point, Josh, about like these characters aren't being in there. At the same point that I would love to see Barbara Gordon Batgirl. She's my favorite Batgirl, right? I would love to see her.
You ain't gonna see that unless
I would love to. I would love to see that, and I would love to see an Alfred Bruce Dick relationship and all that. But at the same time, it's also just as intriguing to me to see this world where they're all dead or they're all injured or they're all broken, and see how their descendants continue on in that like under that pressure. You know what I mean?
If we go back to 52, the comic, one of the I loved that series, and almost the entire conceit of it was, what is the DC universe like without Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman? And I think we're getting a little glimpse of that basically with this show. It's going to be what are the Titans like, and what is Gotham like without Batman, without the Joker, without all of this kind of stuff. So I think it's an interesting angle.
I just want to see like Barbara Gordon. I want to see Alfred. I just want to like. I'm just sad. What?
I would love to see a live action Barbara Gordon, and I would have loved to have seen it in Titans too. But I
guess I am just sad because I know them.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Like,
she's missing a leg.
She's missing a leg.
They've already flashed back. Like Dick's already
they've done flashbacks before
so many times. They could flash back to her being Batgirl.
Well, just a little FYI. Just FYI, the actress that's playing Batgirl, she in real life is missing her leg. So that actress is probably
not doing flashbacks.
Yeah, she's not going to be. I don't know if she's going to have her flashback or maybe above the waist. Like whatever. But it's just, I guess I'm just sad because, like, if I were to pick up a new comic now and find all these characters dead, I would be sad then still, because I'm like, oh, they're dead. They're just dead. Whatever.
Yeah, but then I think a story that could be just as intriguing of a story. You know what I mean?
True.
And like, here's the thing.
It's a good story.
And here's the thing that's important about this too, is we know from when they did Crisis on Infinite Earths with all the CW stuff, this is a labeled Earth. Like this is a separate thing to where it's like you may still in a different TV show get a Batgirl that's Barbara Gordon, and you know what I mean, like that may have a different continuity.
I don't think they're ever going to do that though.
I think you're underestimating the Batman brand. I think, like, especially today.
For how often I hear...
All it takes is for Titans to be successful.
Right.
And then them realize that they can go underneath Batman and start pulling out his Bat family and making money off of that. Like, that's all it takes.
How often I hear, they don't want Batman. Like, you never see Batmaning around in these shows because they don't want people to get confused about Batman in the movies versus Batman in TV. Like, I hear that all the time, and I think that would really confuse people if you just were to immediately jump into a multiverse, if you didn't watch Infinite Crisis and all that, and it's like, oh, here's another Batgirl show, but wait, is this no, this is a different universe, different universe, and then another Robin, and it's like, I just personally think it would be, they would not do it.
Yeah.
It also depends, like, again, to my point, like, I know you said the actress has only one leg in real life, but, like, if Titans is successful and, like, let's say people are like, dude, Barbara Gordon, who says they don't do, like, a Barbara Gordon back show, right?
Pretty
like,
cool series.
Just Barbara Gordon is different from Barbara Gordon. Now, she's mad. This is a mad Barbara Gordon. This is she hates Batman. She's over it. She's, and it's just... I don't know.
Is she even like? So you guys said that she's already Oracle. She's not.
Sorry, she's not technically Oracle.
I think that's where. I think that's where she's going to end up being Oracle.
Yeah, she'll be Oracle.
Killing Joke has happened.
Yeah,
that's kind of where.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I know, Josh, you said you haven't read too many Oracle stories, but I come from the same place as you. Like, my first introduction to Barbara Gordon, besides the animated show and everything, like, was Gail Simone's Batgirl.
Ooh, I love it.
Right, so it's like that run's amazing.
Oh,
and
so
like
good.
And one of my biggest pet peeves is when people talk about that run and they go, "Oh, is that the one where they just magically made her walk again?" And it's like, you obviously haven't read it. Then. You know what I mean? Like, and so, but like, it's an amazing run, by the way. If anybody's looking for a good comic to read, Gail Simone's Batgirl from New 52. It's an amazing run. because it was underneath the Bat brand, it didn't get the full wipe that the rest of New 52 got. So you still got the past, in the past she was Oracle, and then spoilers, but like in the future she becomes Oracle again. And it's really interesting how she like goes back into like now in present day in the comics, she goes back and forth between being Oracle and Batgirl, depending on the situation. But I have gone back and read old Birds of Prey stories and old Batman stories, and one of the things that like I believe, and I know like me and Zubaz have talked about this before, how I feel about the DC universe right now in comics and how good it feels because of like the legacy, in my opinion. And I feel that with Oracle's one of the people that gives me that feeling. So I'm excited for her to be in this show for that same reason, of like, especially if you've ever played the Arkham games, you've always had Oracle in your ear. You know what I mean? If you played those games and everything.
I'm down for her being Oracle in the show. It's just, she's not. I don't need her to be. Yeah, she's gonna become Oracle.
To not get too far off the track, so that's episode 1 for the most part.
Last thing for episode 1 was we did see that scene of the Titans kind of working together, which we hadn't really seen in a while. Any thoughts? I will give one. Du Bois keeps saying HBO money, and I can no longer live with this situation where Beast Boy can only turn into a tiger. I just can't do it anymore. Like, if they're going to do some sort of like mental thing where he needs to learn that he can do these other things, and like, then just show it. Give me something here. It makes no sense.
They did allude to that a little bit because he was watching the laptop animals, of the different animals, right? So I think we're gonna see some cool animal stuff this season.
I think I'm like, for me, I keep mentioning Amanda because she doesn't know all these things. Like, she doesn't know the Titans are there, and so it's me. I get to watch. Like, she didn't know that Jason Todd was Red Hood. She was shocked. She gasped. She's like, "What?" But when every time I see Beast Boy, I'd be watching season 2. I was like, they need to get over this tiger only business. I'm done with the tiger only business. Like, I thought at first it was in the first season he was only a tiger, and I thought season 2 he's gonna be doing animals, and he's still only a tiger. And then
he was a snake in one of them.
Very briefly.
Yeah. So then, what the heck is going on? Make him be other animals, God. Like, especially in season 3. Like,
I'm okay with him not being the snake because I just don't like snakes. So
I want him.
I think we're gonna see a gorilla.
HBO only has one green tiger. Okay, they
like during that opening scene.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. During that opening scene where they all working together, and he was a tiger, and he runs and mauls someone, and I was like, if this was like the comics, I was like, Beast Boy would have turned into like a little fly and like flown past everyone, maybe done some recon or whatever, or like he just would have used all of his things. And Beast Boy is the type of guy that when he'll do a fight, he's not just gonna be one animal the whole time. Like, he'll be a tiger for one, and then a bunch of guys will turn into a gorilla, or an elephant and move something.
I think we're gonna see a gorilla real quick.
Yeah, here's my other, I guess, problem with it is not only from the standpoint of like, okay, it's getting old that he can only do this tiger business, but in that opening scene where we saw everybody working together, everybody clearly has made a ton of progress in terms of like what they do and getting back into their skills, right? You see Nightwing with the sticks, and he's knowing like how well to use them and running the lightning along the rails and like that kind of thing. You get Superboy looks outstanding. Like, Connor Kent he's blocking Beast Boy and Crypto. Like, I mean, there's all these really cool scenes. Starfire, she looks like she's got full control over everything other than like her little mental issues and that kind of thing.
I want to touch back on Starfire, but go ahead.
But in general, it's just like everybody. It seems like there's a time jump between season 2 and season 3, and they're this well-oiled machine, and Beast Boy has made no progress.
None.
And I don't know if that's going to be if they are going to chalk it up to Raven, if they're going to chalk it up to just him being like a young kid and being immature. But I would love to see some progress on it. Is all.
One of the things that's also interesting with that I want to make a point on is I definitely agree with that, but also on the note that in that scene, you also definitely see, except for maybe the exception of Starfire, because it's literally just fire and she has really no other choice. Everybody is a lot less lethal too, with their strikes.
Yeah.
Except for Beast Boy, because he mauls somebody, because all he can be is a tiger.
I was gonna say
that's the thing. It's like if they give him more abilities, like if they even let him be a snake, he could like wrap up and like knock somebody out by like choking him out and being a snake. You know what I mean? Like, there's different things he could do where with different animals to do like not as brutal takedowns.
He
you
could
know
be
what I
a
mean?
fly
And
and fly past everyone, and just. Yeah. But I was gonna say with Starfire, the thing I wanted to say about Starfire is I like her cool suit this season. I think it's cool. She's starfiring around. It's really nice. What I don't like is in season 2 there was this big story, this big plot of hers where she's losing her powers, and then no more. She's good. Like it seemed like it was such a hindrance in season 2 to kind of like make the plot more real, because you couldn't just have Starfire go in and like mess up Deathstroke really easily or whatever she needed to do. But it just now there's no explanation. She's just back to full power, better than ever. Like what the heck's going on?
Well, aside from her like mental break where she's using her powers in the middle of the kitchen and stuff, like
I think that's going to be a connection to what Josh is talking about.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be a reveal. I think it's going to be connected to the Blackfire thing.
Yeah,
in some way that like she either because didn't she get on a ship at some point in season 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I think she might have even gone back to Tamaran or something, and then like she doesn't remember any of that though. See, and whatever's going on with her, it has to do with Blackfire.
She's going from not being able to use her powers. Obviously, she's dealing with stuff, but now she's back. They show her, start of the show, she's in full control of her powers, no hesitation. Like it's just, it just felt like they just kind of got lost over that. Now, if they're going to go back and touch on it, I want to see why. But from my standpoint, my viewpoint was, season 2, she struggles to use her powers. She can literally almost not use her powers. To season 3, she's an expert with her powers again. She's, they're foiling another heist or something. And it's just like, well, what the heck? Like that was. Yeah.
I think we're gonna get a reasoning further into the season.
We better get a reasoning
so.
is what I'm saying. Like we need to reason.
Right, let's go episode 2. Right into it. Red Hood. What's your take? We get Red Hood right away.
Yeah,
dude, when he drops in on the crime bosses and they're like, "Who the hell called the meeting?" and everyone's like, "Well, you didn't call it," and then they all just like shoot up into the rafters. Like you have no freaking idea where he's at, and you're just like shooting clips of ammo just into. And then he like comes down, and I think the coolest part of that scene to me was the very end of it when he gives his whole spiel, and everyone's kind of like, okay, this guy's for real. And then the guy at the end of the table goes, F that, and he goes to and he just goes right through the forehead. Like, and everyone's like, okay, here's our guns.
So one of the cool things about that I think is actually pretty cool that they paid attention to was showing how efficient and how good he is compared to even the street thugs. Because of what you notice is that guy draws his gun, and the time it takes for him to bring his gun up after obviously drawing, Red Hood draws his gun from the same position and gets it up and fires.
And
like all
and
in
they
that
showed
time.
and they showed that. They showed that the guns were in the same position.
And so what I think is great, except for that last little moment of like the headshot, all of that is straight out of Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
Like it is,
the crime boss,
and
right?
I thought it was amazing that they did that. Like that they paid that much attention to give you that scene. And they've done that before, in season 2 with Deathstroke. There was different scenes that were very similar to like comic book scenes. And, but it was just like seeing that. I was like, I got giddy at the beginning of the episode. Like whenever we saw like them going up to the table, and I was like, ooh, yes.
This is going to happen.
And I'm so ready for it.
Yeah. Let's fast forward to the end of that episode, because it's tied in what we just talked about, which is we got the reveal in episode 2 already that Red Hood is Jason Todd. One, kind of what did we think about how quick that reveal came, and 2, just the reaction to it in general.
So on one hand, like there was a moment where a friend of mine actually, like, I forgot that I was in a Discord chat when I was watching it, and my friend jumped in and he had already seen that episode. And I even mentioned to him that I was like, there was a moment through episode 2 where I thought they might be doing something where like Bruce could be Red Hood instead of Jason.
Imagine.
But then I thought that once I thought it through, I was like, but that would just piss a lot of people off that if it wasn't Jason. You know what I mean? And so it's like, and at the same time,
I would have turned it off.
I think the reveal of showing that it's Jason so early it has its like strengths, but also its negatives. Like for the people that don't know that Jason Todd is Red Hood, they're not going to get that suspense throughout the entire season, which is what I thought that suspense was going to be. But at the same time, for most of us who are watching the show, and it's also the show giving an acknowledgement that they have comic book readers and comic book people that know, watching their show.
I think episode 3 couldn't. The big thing that happened in episode 3 couldn't have happened if we didn't know that it was Jason.
True. That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
No, because Hawk never would have.
Right.
Yeah. To go do that.
What was I going to say about? Go ahead.
I was going to say, my favorite part of that scene was Dick's realization when they're fighting and then Dick hits him in the head with the what is it called?
The Eskrima stick.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. And Jason goes, Batman always told me you were better with the toys.
Mm-hmm.
And Dick is like, what? And he's like, there's no way. And then he picks up the broken piece of his helmet and he looks up and then you can see his face and he's like, Jason? Like he's just like, what am I seeing right now? Like I thought that was really well
on
done.
that note though, when you see his face, like half of the mask, it kind of like it wasn't the best special effects on that. It was like okay. Like I thought it was okay. Like it didn't like take me out of the moment, but I was like wait, what didn't you like? His face is a little like his face is a little too
not bashed in.
Well, no, his face, it looked like for me, it didn't feel like I was looking at his face behind a mask. It felt like I was looking through a TV screen on the front of the mask.
I didn't notice anything.
To his face. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I was just looking at it too hard or something.
He got his face, he got bashed by the Joker. And he doesn't look like
Lazarus Pitts.
Oh yeah,
we don't know how
he's alive.
And if it's like if it's not the Lazarus Pit, how do you guys feel? Because they're obviously changing things up. If it's not the Lazarus Pit that brought him back, are you guys like, what do you think of this?
It might be the toxin that he took. Maybe.
No.
How do you? I don't know.
I think the toxin is the toxin's going to be his connection to Scarecrow. I think his partner is Scarecrow. I think on a whole nother level, his other partner is Bruce.
But they talked about Ra's al Ghul in the 3rd episode.
They did, but then because they said so they mentioned him. They're like, how can he come back? And they said something, and like no, they're like, well, Ra's. So I was like, oh, okay, so they know the Lazarus Pit.
They say Ra's is somewhere else.
Yeah.
This is my theory, and I guess this is kind of getting to prediction for a second. I think Bruce took Jason to a Lazarus Pit.
I was going to say the same thing because the way Bruce was so like, oh, we quickly buried him, like I buried him. There's no funeral. It was very hush. I really think
that would explain why Bruce wasn't broken up about it at all, too.
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't explain what that's how Dick says something. I forget if it was in episode 2 or episode 3 where they were like, well, what if Jason wasn't dead? And he's like, there's no way Bruce would have killed Joker.
True.
Oh, wait. What if Bruce didn't kill Joker and Jason did after he came out of the Lazarus Pit with the crowbar?
Bruce is covering for him?
Yes. That's why he's telling Bruce to be a better Batman, because he and Barbara went after him about how he treats his Robins. And so he's telling Dick, who is now like the leader of this like kids team, not kids team, but you know what I mean? Like he's like a father figure to the rest of these people. What if he's telling them, or what if Bruce is telling Dick, you need to be a better Batman? Not in the way that like you need to be a better me, or like it's still like a better me, but it's like in the way that how you treat Robins.
I suppose Jason could have went and killed Joker, and then Batman covers for him.
Because
but then why is
the way I was thinking, because before, like what brought me onto that train of thought was when I said the whole thing about like, oh, I think Bruce took him to a Lazarus Pit. I didn't connect the whole, oh, we buried him quickly thing. I was thinking like literally after like Barbara and Dick said that stuff to Bruce, it was mainly Barbara, but in the mansion, that he went and dug up Jason and took him. But no, like if he had taken him beforehand, that gives Jason enough time to recover. And then like Bruce discovers how much of a maniac Jason is now, And Bruce, when I say Bruce, is Jason's other partner, and the way that Bruce is how he resurrected, but not how he's become Red Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know what I mean?
why did Batman leave that? I don't know. Why if he did put him in the pit,
he blames himself.
He's old. You just said
he is
he's
old.
too old.
He's dumb.
And he blames himself. He blames himself for what happened. Blames himself for Jason dying, and then he blames himself for Joker dying at the hands of Jason. In my opinion,
I have to correct one thing that was mentioned earlier, which is you were talking, and it's a Josh correction. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You were talking about you were talking about when Nightwing becomes Batman.
Okay,
you were talking about how it was like the Omega beams and Damian.
Yeah, was that it?
He was Batman before that. Way back in the early 90s.
During Nightfall.
Around the Nightfall time.
Did he become
all that
him
stuff.
is his Robin.
Okay, all right. So that
Damian.
all right.
Yeah. So
then that makes total sense then.
He gets really mad when Batman chooses Azrael to be Batman after Nightfall.
Right.
And he choose, and Dick comes in, he does some stuff, and Tim is his Robin.
Okay.
And that to me connects it better to what we've got going on.
Then that I'm good with that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me sad because Nightwing's suit is so freaking clean.
Yeah.
I just want to see more Nightwing.
I think if Nightwing becomes Batman, it's not going to be permanent. I think he's going to put the cape on for a little bit and then probably,
I don't even think it's as literal as him becoming Batman.
I think
it's literally as far as be a better Batman as in be a better mentor.
Yeah.
Right
before Zubas said that, what if
that's a different series.
What if Batman goes and takes the Joker to
the
Lazarus pit?
Oh no!
I mean, he might. I could if Jason Todd is the reason why Joker dies, I could easily see this Batman, because they do have this weird Batman needs the Joker. Joker needs
They do play up the game the relationship game type.
I could see it. I could see it happening. You're gonna see the Joker come back, and then Batman's gonna be like, "I did that," and then there's gonna be a big reveal, and then I don't know.
All right, real quick, episode 2. The other two things we get: one, the Titans come to Gotham. Not really too much to talk about there, but the other reveal that we get is Scarecrow. He's working with Gotham PD, and you have to bring him weed to get any answers out of him, which is a little strange thing. But I mean, any other takes on Scarecrow before? Because that's the only other stuff that happened in 2, I think.
I thought it was okay. I didn't think he was like. Besides the fact that the movie or the show told me he was Scarecrow, I wouldn't have thought he was Scarecrow.
I agree.
But okay, like with telling me he's Scarecrow, I'm like, okay, cool. And the weird thing's like, oh, whatever. Like,
do you like this guy as Scarecrow? It's a guy from Mad Men, Vincent.
He's okay.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
Like him.
I was gonna ask, was the bank heist and the kidnappings, was that episode 3 or was that episode 2?
The bank heist.
That's 2.
Yeah, it was 2.
So I think they did a really good, subtle job about showing, obviously non-comic book readers.
Wait. The bank heist was season 3.
It was episode 3.
Episode 3.
No. Oh, episode 3. Oh
no, it's 2. It's episode 2.
Okay. I'm thinking season. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, season 3, episode 2.
The non-comic book readers of showing the past relationship that Dick and Barbara had, and then that coming into effect when he tells her hey, we got this at the bank heist, and she's like, I pulled back for you.
Right.
No one else would have let me do that, and then it went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Horribly wrong.
Yeah.
So I think they did a good job of showing that backstory, and then showing that she's still hung up on him, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can we agree on that? But that she's jeopardizing her standing, her things because of that, and she's like, I'm not doing that anymore.
That's a bad pun to boy. She's jeopardizing her standing.
Wow.
Really?
Oh,
that's horrible. That is horrible to boy.
Oh man, that's almost as bad as your Ultraman take. All right. Real quick, something we did forget to mention because it happened in episode 1 and 2 is the therapist for Starfire.
Oh yeah, the therapist from season 2.
Like the only reason I'm okay with him being part of the show is if he distracts Corey away from Nightwing, so that Barbara and Nightwing can be together. That's all I care about. Like,
all right,
that's
quick questions. So, Akasi, you just answered it. You like Dick and Barbara better.
Yeah.
Zubaz?
What is the actual question?
Dick and Starfire, or Dick and Barbara?
I think Dick and I like Dick and Starfire. I do.
Yes.
I'm more from the comics.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. My dude.
Yeah, I personally like Dick and Starfire better, just because I think Starfire is cooler than.
I'm alone.
All right, you're voted off the island, Cod.
But no, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
I'm not gonna do it.
That's a very large rabbit hole.
Let's get to episode 3.
Episode 3,
which for me, episode 3 was the most streamlined in terms of there was one storyline, start to finish, the whole episode. I think it was a lot different. They were setting up a lot of pieces in the first 2 episodes. Episodes 3 is one storyline throughout, and holy moly, what a storyline! I mean, that hour of storytelling for me was one of the best like live action DC things I've seen in a long time. Hand. King
I have
Shark.
one more thing that I have to. And anyways, I have one more thing that I have to say about episode 2, real quick. Sorry, it just came to my mind. Dick Grayson has been doing this for how long? Like that's a rhetorical question, but he's been doing this for how long? Why did it take him? Why did Beast Boy figure out the chess move thing and all of the little Easter eggs and clues?
Because Beast Boy is also the super genius now, computer hacker. Yeah, that's why Beast Boy just does that now.
But you know what I'm saying? Like Dick is like the detective. He's been trained by Batman his whole life, basically. That to me was kind of bad. Anyway,
I'm gonna lay it out very simply for you, DeBoy. Like I said, HBO only has one Green Tiger. All right, so they got to get something else for Beast Boy to do. Okay, they got to get.
Okay.
Until Oracle comes in, he's got to be the computer whiz. All right.
Yeah.
So
everybody's the computer whiz, which everybody, and everybody's a super genius. Corey knows everything. Everybody knows everything. It's very strange that we could get to that. But episode 3. What we're talking about is
great storytelling.
Jason Todd, dupes Hawk. And
so bad.
So did you guys, when you guys were watching it, did you think were you thinking, is this a trap or is this really Jason Todd?
I didn't believe Jason.
Okay, so you didn't believe for
I didn't believe Jason for a second.
I didn't think that would happen. But
that he would actually be successful in like trapping Hawk.
Well, no, because Hawk is kind of an idiot in the show. I didn't think that what happened to Hawk would have actually been I thought that I was like, okay, they're gonna trap him. Something's gonna happen, and they're gonna realize like, okay, Jason's freaking gone. Like, he's toast. They did that, but in the most dramatic way possible.
Yeah. So I didn't to get back to the point you were saying though. I didn't think. No, I was
every second you knew, Hawk's falling for a trap.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. He's a big freaking oaf.
Yeah. And boy, are they playing? They're not even taking Jason into like the anti-hero role at all. He's
he's bad.
He's the most evil. And I said this before we started. I think that he is the most kind of purely evil villain that DC might have ever established like this century on live screen. Like he messes with the parents and their children. He has Dove kill Hawk essentially. I mean, everything that he does is just pure awful and diabolical.
Yes, the
and
sorry, question.
What?
Worse than Heath Ledger Joker?
Yeah, I think we're headed that route.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like what the Heath Ledger Joker. I mean, this is totally off topic. I felt like what he did was chaos.
Sorry,
was just chaos.
Right.
What Robin, what Jason Todd's doing is
evil.
He's had
He's
Dove,
using his strategic mind.
He used Dove to kill Hawk.
Titans.
Like that is different than chaos. That is he's hurting Dove. He's hurting this team. Like true. It was
Fair point. Sorry, Zubaz. I just wanted to.
This is the most like I've ever been ready for like the cliche. The villain's gonna tear the team apart because this villain was a part of the team for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like
this
is a legitimate, like, this is how you do the betrayed teammate, like, you know what I mean?
And he's already done more damage than Deathstroke did.
More than Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke whole thing was he was gonna break up the Titans. That was his whole thing. Jason Todd's done so far. Oh my God,
He made Dove kill Hawk.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Here's the thing. In the instant that it happened, like I had my doubts, right? I was like, did they
There's
really
no way.
just do that? And then as soon as it happened, I was like, this is incredible for everything that it sets up. You set up Red Hood as this incredible villain. You set up the fallout for the team. You set out, in particular, the fallout for Dove. You know, like that's going to be brutal to watch and see how she deals with that. Well, you get the potential for new Hawk, for Holly Granger to step in, Dove's sister to be Hawk, just like in the comics. We don't know if that's going to happen, but obviously a very good possibility here. You get all of these things, and all you lose is Hawk, who it was perfectly set up because Hawk was always the same personality as Jason. They were both these like hard-headed, brash guys. And if you go back to seasons 2, when Hawk and Jason are interacting, they butt heads right away because they have the same personality. And this was perfect. This was like Jason wanted to humiliate Hank, which he does. And then he wants to make it just the most dramatic and they succeeded in all of it. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have kept watching if they saved Hawk. Like that's over the top. Like I would obviously want to see what happens, but I want to see what happens so much more that they did kill.
I think also like talking like you would have if they would have saved him or not. I think even if that bomb, if Superboy would have grabbed the bomb and if that bomb would have went off, I think that would have showed the team that Jason Todd's not joking around. He just tried, and we barely saved him. So I mean, him dying or not dying, I still think the story of what his motives are can still progress. But yeah, Dawn is now affected and everything. But did you guys think, like when the whole show's building up, that whole episode, did you think he was gonna die, or did you think they were gonna save him?
So
I thought they were gonna save him.
I thought they were gonna save him as well, but I thought they were gonna save him up until he started singing. Once he started singing, I was like, oh, he's about to die. And it was like, especially when they started framing him, and it was like just the headboard of the bed, and like you see just his like his upper shoulders and his head, like just that's all you saw of him. I was like, oh no, they're gonna kill him. Especially once it was like Beast Boy walked in there, Connor walked in there, Crypto was in there with him, Starfire walked in there. Like everybody had their moment with Hank. Like
I think you know when I thought, oh, go ahead, DeBoy.
I was gonna say when I thought they were gonna save him until the point where he hung up the phone on Dick and was just like he was accepting that him and Dick just had their kind of probable last conversation.
Yeah, which
everything
still was very, very well done for their characters and brought their story full circle from like if you remember. And I've been watching season 1 over again and over because my friends keep all wanting to start watching it at different moments, and I'm watching it with them. So I've seen those first couple episodes like 4 times in the past like 2 weeks. And the first time that like Dick shows back up in season 1, like
Hawk hates him.
Hawk hates him. And it's like, you know, and so it's like it's cool to see that come back around.
You know, when I realized that he was dead, which was it was annoying because it required a little bit of suspension of disbelief, but I was like, okay, they're obviously setting up for him to die. Is Connor is working on, Connor, who is again now also a super genius because he can read really fast and
he's half Lex Luthor.
And he's half Lex Luthor and can build things and who knows. But they were like, he has to get a 0%
That's what I was,
right?
Yeah.
And my thing was like,
no,
you had maybe 2%. 30 seconds left and you had the 1%.
Yeah,
go for it.
Right?
When
Amanda and I were watching it, when he was at 90%, if I'm Hawk, I'm saying run it 90%. I'll take it. Yeah, I that was one thing that kind of got me a little upset watching. I was like, you got to be kidding me! Like 1%, do it now. Just go. It's gonna it'll work. It'll work.
1% chance is better than certain death. And so when they were just like, okay, and I was like, okay, the fact that they want to get 2-0, that to me shows that they're just going to kill him.
I feel like I'm like, listen to you guys are like, oh, I realized it when at this point I realized I literally thought he may have still been alive after the bomb blew up. Like I was like watching because okay, here's when I thought he was going to get saved. Crypto come out carrying him or something. I thought when Superboy sped off with the thing, I thought, oh, they saved him. And then when Dawn pulls the trigger and then Red's like, oh, that was a detonator. I thought when we were going to cut back to Hawk, when he was sitting there, I thought we were going to cut to a deactivated heart thing. And then he was going to remove it and then the bomb was going to go off and then Superboy was going to put it in his hands.
Do like a Superman move.
Yeah. Catch the explosion. I thought, so when they showed his face, like I said, they framed him and then it went 0 and then we saw Superboy running in. I was like, oh, he didn't make it in time. And then that's when I was like, oh my God, I was shocked he died. Up until the moment I thought they were just going to save him last millisecond.
They did that so well too. Just even all the actors and the way they all played it and everything, just from the moment where Dawn realizes that she just killed Hank.
Yeah.
And Dick's trying to comfort her and Jason's already gone, but even when Jason's like, oh, oops, I gave you the detonator, he plays it so well. And then that moment got me where it's and we've seen it so many times in other movies and with superheroes and stuff, but it's when Connor is in the flames and realizes that it's too late, and then Crypto comes walking out of the room.
Listen, here's the thing: between Suicide Squad with King Shark crying in the van, with Starro at the end of the movie saying I just wanted to be floating around, and Crypto licking Connor's hand right after, with the animals, I can't do it anymore.
It's sad.
I cannot. It is the most depressing thing in the world.
Go ahead, boy.
Sorry, I have one thing. I think the other thing that was really emotionally tugging at your emotional heartstrings as you're watching is they just showed that Hawk and Dove had kind of she kind of was you know what, you are my person, right? You are they are a duo, right? There is no Hawk without Dove, there is no Dove without Hawk. And she realizes that, and then she's the one that pulls the trigger. It's so
that's going to be devastating. Here's the thing, and I left this out when I was talking about all the things that they were setting up. I think one of the hugest things that this does too is now for 2 seasons and 3 episodes, we've had to watch the Hawk, will they, won't they, back together, broken up, that kind of thing. We're now free of that cycle. And it allows us to do so much better and more storytelling with one of those characters, right? It means don't have to deal with that anymore.
It means Minka Kelly's back on the market.
Minka Kelly, well, not only is she back on the market, but also we're going to get a lot more of her, I would think. She's going to be kind of a focal point here.
It was when he blew up, I was like, oh no, Hawk, they killed him. And then my next immediate thought was when they showed Dawn, I was like, oh, poor Dawn. Oh my God. I feel so bad for her, and I was just
here's one of the things that I also think lends to that moment. And this show is, throughout its seasons, has gotten a little bit of flack for how brutal and how lethal the characters are. but it also sells that moment that Dawn would have pulled the trigger in this universe. You know what I mean?
Like, have to deal with
it's like
Tim, or with Dick on that, you know.
And that's the other thing that's interesting about that moment is it's like she pulled that trigger thinking that gun was about to put a hole through Jason's face. You know what I mean?
She shot to kill.
And so it's like she made that decision to, and that's what makes that moment so interesting, is like she made the decision to, whether or not at that point, yes, he had put a bomb in Hank's chest, but so far there was like somebody could make excuses for Jason up to that point. You know what I mean? Now that Hank's dead, like Jason, they're gonna kill him. He's not. I don't see how like this ends without Dawn killing.
Yeah,
Jason.
I was gonna say, remember that scene with Hawk and Dove, and Hawk asked him like, "Are you willing to do it?" And she's like, "You don't even have to ask that. You know I'm willing to do it." We found out she's willing to do it. She was willing to kill Jason Todd to save Hawk because she loves Hawk. You know, like they don't. Like she did it because she loves him. Who knows? Maybe they would have ever. It could have been again that will they, won't they, or whatever. But she did it. She was willing to kill for Hawk. Like she showed that in that moment, and
it was so
He's also
good.
Kind of a brutal character already, though. So like that's kind of not like as I mean, it's surprising, but like she's kind of brutal in the first 2 seasons.
But
like,
I mean, has she ever like held a gun up? Did you ever think she was capable of pulling a gun and killing someone?
Threw like dove feathers through people's chest.
Yeah, but and I also like I actually, in the immediate moment, right, when she's got this gun, I thought to myself for a second, I was like, is she really that dumb that she thought that whatever was in her hand was? I was like, okay, that's a little off. But then I was like, she wasn't thinking, right? And maybe she also like doesn't really know guns, you know? Like I don't.
And also, Hawk is 10 seconds away to a minute away from dying, so there's a lot of stress there. When they saw that gun, I was like, don't pull that trigger. I was like, don't use that. But
well, even on
an orange line on it, I was like, that's not a gun.
Even on Du Bois' point though of like, she's throwing dove feathers again, that lends to like what I was saying about how brutal this universe has been, because I haven't read a ton of Hawk and Dove, but are they particularly lethal in the comics, Zubaz? Or is it more or less kind of like Batman and Robin rules where they'll break bones, but they won't like...
It depends on which iteration and which generation. Like in the 80s, not as much. But no, in general. So Dove in the comics, she is very much trying to avoid everything at all times.
She's the avatar of peace, like
and like that is unfallible basically. And so basically her powers in terms of like what she is useful for is almost usually like calling for help, more so than like doing damage. And the damage she winds up doing is because she gets so stressed out and powerful from being under attack. It's a very defensive thing. It's not like what we see here.
And she's often used to just reel in Hawk. Like that's like, he's the bruiser, he's the enforcer. She's there. She has her skills, but she's there as his balance. But in this show, they're both they're both nuts and heads.
You talk about breaking arms real quick. It just flash back to one of the scenes where Dick breaks that random drug dealer's arm just like for entering the room. He's just like, anyways, back to Dove.
One of the things on that this does, eliminate in the future, like Josh was saying, we won't get Joker, we won't get Batman. You know what we also won't get? Extant.
Who?
We can't get Extant because Hawk's dead. Because Hank Hall was extant in the comics for a second, and then they made somebody else. But like,
we can get. I
was making a really crappy joke about really crappy comics. Just keep going.
I don't know.
We can get Holly Granger, which I think would be cool. And the other thing, a lot of people have already said like, oh, now Hawk's dead. Now what? Right? People are forgetting that this Dove is not our first Dove. We already had original Dove, and that is what Hawk and Dove do in the comics. They're always kind of somebody dies and they replace one, and there's always two of them, but it's always somebody different.
She was doing her own thing.
Yeah,
DC. Yeah, she was dumbing around.
Let's go to some just offhand predictions here in terms of who you think we're going to see or what's next, what's to come. You know, do we get Holly Granger? Do we get flashbacks of Batgirl? Do we get Tim Drake as Robin? What do we think?
Well,
where are we going
before
here?
we jump into that, I want to ask: have you guys been like reading like Reddit forums about the show or anything? Because I'm completely like I hadn't
I'm
read.
fresh.
All right, me too.
Yeah.
I'm fresh. Costly, are you fresh?
No, I haven't been reading anything.
All right.
I don't
think I
believe
do.
you, honestly.
No, I really like.
I feel like I can
watched,
see in your glasses right now. You have a forum open on your screen. I can see it.
Yeah, no, I watched like I like watching reaction channels. So I watched like people react to Hank's death, but that's about it.
All right.
Which,
sorry.
by the way, was so weird that like really right after I watched the show, I went on to YouTube and it was everywhere.
That's like a real weird grief porn thing, man, where you're watching somebody else watching somebody die. That's messed up, man.
It was.
I will say the reason why I was interested to see, I wanted to see how people reacted to that moment, because my reaction to that moment was I literally sat there staring at the credits for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I was just
shocked.
like, I can't believe they just
Wait,
did
you guys all watched to the end.
Here we
right?
Oh God, here we go.
You guys
Peacemaker
did, right?
is still alive. Peacemaker is still alive in the Titans.
No. That's not, I'm not actually asking. Like,
all right, go ahead, Du Bois.
Did you guys watch to the end of the credits?
I checked the ends of the credits and there was nothing there. You're not going to
fast forward all the way to the end of the episode.
Wait, no. Wait, let him. Du Bois, what happened? I want to hear the story.
No.
What? Oh, okay. Well, I was hoping you'd come up with a story.
To go on to predictions, like Zubaz was saying.
It gave the teaser of the next episode.
Oh, okay. So what was it? Because you didn't watch it either.
Yeah, I did. Donna comes back with the sword, bro.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so
Right there,
way
there.
indifferent.
We think Donna comes back. I mean, you know, like we
She
got.
she does. It's in the trailer. She comes back, and Raven is White Raven.
Okay.
It's
Where was this trailer at?
at the very end of the credits, bro.
I didn't see it.
I'm quite literally checking right now because I think he's wrong. But
HBO Max episode 3.
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna let
I'm not gonna look either.
Yeah, no, costly.
I will be the guinea pig.
You'll be the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. Give me a second. It's loading. Keep you guys talk about it. Don't just wait for me.
I remember Raven in the white costume in the trailer.
It's in the trailer. Everything he just said is based off of things either in the show or in the trailer.
It was at the very end of episode 3, and it said coming next week.
Costa, can you confirm this or not? Because I'm not gonna fall for it.
I'm opening episode 3 right now.
The boy's face is 100%. He's ready to say like, got him. He's doing it. This is it. Look at him. He wants to say it.
I checked this before. I always check for them.
All right.
Costly's watching it right now. And he's like, oh my God.
Okay. There is a trailer at the end.
All right. There is a trailer.
Okay.
Got him.
Okay.
Got him, guys. Costly's like, wait, I didn't see this. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
This is us watching a reaction video of Costly watching. This is like what he does. We've reversed the tables.
It's a big deal. Oh my God. Are we gonna have to stop? All right, let's take a second here and watch this really quick. All right, we're back.
I'm so mad that
we had to watch the trailer. We're back. We watched it. So the boy is right.
It happens.
The boy, you can. What would you like to say?
I would like all three of you to just real quick go down and just say, "The boy was right. The boy was right. The boy was right." Just one time, just right down the line.
I already said it. I'm not saying that.
The boy. I mean, is this a right thing?
I don't hear.
The boy wasn't lying.
Because I watched to the end of season 3. There was nothing. You said like it was like at the end of the credits, which it wasn't at the end of the credits. It's like a separate thing in HBO that now if you just let it play,
it was at the end of the credits. It was at the end of the
end of the credits.
But I checked.
Zubaz
when I watched it, me and you watched it pretty much at the same time, or at least a day apart from each other, Zubaz.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't there when we watched it. I don't think it was.
Okay, just real quick.
I literally fast forwarded to the end of the credits when I was there, and there was nothing.
I remember watching a DC logo pop up, and then
fast forwarded too far.
No.
The boy was telling the truth.
Thank you. That's all I need. That's the only soundbite I need.
Just fast forward.
Du Bois was telling his own truth.
Okay. Anyways, so.
Uh-oh.
Costly died.
Costly just died on us. Oh no.
Oh my god.
The feds got him for playing HBO Max on Discord.
I thought my lag was bad.
He's donezo's.
He's real frozen. What do we do?
We just carry on.
Yeah, we got some technical difficulties. We lost Costly. He'll be back later.
Okay. All right. What are the predictions we got? Anything good?
One of my predictions was Donna was going to come back, but obviously she's coming back. I didn't think, I remember I was saying this before we jumped on. I was mad when Donna died in season 2. I was pissed. I thought this is absurd. And then I was like, they better bring her back. And then when Raven said, I'm going to that island, I was like, okay, she's coming back. We're okay, So we're getting her back early, which is nice. Do you think this at all opens the door for Aqualad?
I don't. No. I really don't.
Dude, Aqualad got
in his chest.
My thing is
killed.
Okay.
Themyscira, they've established that as some sort of magic thing. She's also got the Raven tie-in.
Oh no.
We don't have any of that with Aqualad. We knew so little about him. We barely
power
had anything.
outage.
Costly's back.
Costly. He's sort of back.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it is. Costly. It just your camera's just a big face of you now.
I'm telling you, I think it's a power outage.
What is it, Costly?
Power outage. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the boy was right 2 times.
I can't hear Costly.
I love this episode. This is the best episode of Crime Alley Cast ever.
And we're back.
We're back again.
A little bit of editing here. Costly got disconnected. He's back with us though. We're good to go. We were just going over our predictions, and what other predictions do we think are good? So we don't think Aqualad's coming back at all.
We don't think Aqualad is coming back.
And then you were saying that they've established Themyscira as this, magic and
Raven's involved too, and we got to know Donna so much better, and it's meaningful to bring her back. Whereas Aqualad, Aqualad is a guy that can't even get into DC Legends, even though he's an original Titans member, and I'm not bitter about it at all. So I don't really see that happening. Tim Drake, what do we, how he
I think we
gets
see
involved?
I think Tim comes
early.
I think we see a Tim Drake Robin.
Mm-hmm.
You think as Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, or do you think Red Robin, or do you think?
I don't know, because if there's no Batman, why would there be a Robin?
I think he will come back as. I think it'll be something like Nightwing says,
Isn't Red Robin an older Tim Drake?
Red Robin is after he's Robin. When he leaves Robin, he becomes Red Robin. But I just think that I think Tim Drake wants to become a Robin, but maybe they'll do a thing where because there is no Batman, he can be the Red Robin, but I still think he will take up the Robin mantle. I don't know. I just that's what I think.
Okay.
What else do we think that might happen coming up here?
Do we think anybody else is gonna die? We're only 3 episodes in, and
that's a good question.
You know what? Here's my prediction. I think that we see a Beast Boy gorilla in the next 2 episodes.
Next 2 episodes.
2 episodes. Okay. Oh yeah. So do we think he's gonna be able to be full on animals, or maybe just one animal?
I think it won't happen until Raven comes back.
Okay.
What was he watching? He was watching a jellyfish.
It was a jellyfish, a polar bear.
It was a bunch of different animals.
Yeah, it was a bunch of a cheetah.
There's some kind of mental block on him from whatever happened to him previously. Yeah. And I think Raven's gonna come back with her newfound
abilities,
super healing, whatever, and she's gonna remove that, and then we're gonna see full on Beast Boy.
I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they have to at this point. We need Beast Boy doing more animals.
I need an AOE whale slam.
Nice. That's comics accurate. That happened.
I know.
Yeah. Let me throw this out there with Dove. I kind of see almost two separate ways, and maybe you guys see another. One is she continues. Maybe we get Holly, maybe not, whatever. The other, though, is that she's just done after this. They don't need to kill her character off, but that she just steps away.
Her. She could. I could see that.
What do we think?
If she were to step away,
I think she's going to want revenge on Jason.
Yeah, I think she's going to stick to the end, and then I think maybe at the end of the season, I'm done with this. Again, unless they bring her a new Hawk and whatever. But I could see her wanting to get her revenge.
She needs to stay on the show until the show's over. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
What's she doing otherwise? Come on.
Yeah.
You got nothing else to do, Minka.
Come on.
What else are we going to talk about this show?
Nightwing. I mean, do we think he, Costly kind of talked about this earlier, which is like there's the literal. Does he? I think he become Batman, or does he become Nightwing as Batman, the protector of Gotham? Where do we see that going?
I think you see it in that little trailer there that Bruce is back in the manor, right?
What trailer?
That little 50-second trailer that we just watched.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn it, Zubaz. I think that we see Nightwing in the bat suit for one scene in one episode. And then I think that's he realizes that's not his crusade, that's not his thing. He's Nightwing, and he's the leader of the Titans.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see him in the bat suit. Like if he were, like what Du Bois said, it would be very brief, very short. But I think more to Batman, the guardian of Gotham. I think he'll be Nightwing, but filling in,
make an appearance as Batman to make sure people still know he's still there.
Right.
But also,
well, not as Batman.
Jason is so confident that Batman is gone that maybe we don't see Batman again at all.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Nightwing's going to stay Nightwing, and I think the be a better Batman isn't a literal thing. It's like a be better than I was kind of, or you're in charge of Gotham now. Be better than I was as Batman, which is just could be a label for the protector of Gotham.
Switch to Gotham is yours now. You're the protector of Gotham. Whatever. When Barbara tells Starfire, when she tells Corey, this isn't San Francisco, people die here, that was a heavy line. I was damn, right?
But Donna does.
Well, yes, but and so did Aqualad, but people die every day in Gotham. Literally that mom just blew up 3 people in the ATM. Right. So anyways, totally off the predictions. My brain just sometimes catches things and I'm like, oh yeah, that I wanted to say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, what other Titans can they come? I mean, where's Ravager? I thought she was I'm hanging out. Where is she?
That was like Red Hood's boo.
But I mean, because at the end of this show, at the end of season 2, she was with the group. They were going to go off and handle that new call, but she's not anywhere to be found. What's going on? Do you think she's going to show up?
I don't know.
Maybe they might be saving her to help pull Jason back.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's the other question I have for you guys. Do you think they're going to do some sort of a redemption arc for Jason, or is it too late already?
He killed Hawk. He's done.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm sorry. Dove killed Hawk.
Okay. True. She's done.
I mean, unless we're gonna get some, Scarecrow's been controlling Jason this whole time, then maybe we could do that redemption where that wasn't him. The same way.
And it's Bruce's fault because Bruce suggested that they use Scarecrow as an informant.
Yeah, and then they made that toxin.
Bruce sucks.
They got
your favorite hero sucks.
In this series, Bruce is a mess.
Bruce is not my favorite hero.
Yeah, but
okay,
like we saw,
he
used that inhaler at the beginning. That's probably come from Scarecrow. I bet we're gonna find out that Scarecrow is behind all of this, and that's the only way I could see a redemption arc for Jason is we find out that Jason was completely under control, of
it's
Scarecrow.
a fear toxin, but it's like a mind control.
Yeah, a mind control. Yeah, it could do something, and that could be the how he redeems himself, or maybe not join the Titans, but they don't kill him, and then he goes off and becomes the anti-hero that we know him as, really.
And they introduce Artemis.
Artemis who?
Isn't
or Artemis?
Isn't there an Amazon Artemis?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking because Stargirl right now has Artemis Croc.
Not her.
Bow and arrow. Okay.
No. Artemis, the other Artemis, because this is a totally separate universe, right? Because aren't I haven't read a lot of Red Hood, but aren't Artemis and Red Hood like a thing, right?
She is part of his band of outlaws.
Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Outlaws.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, maybe we get her too.
Maybe, who knows?
So it's Bizarro. So I don't,
I don't know.
You never know.
So do we want to talk about all the DCL characters? Do we just want to keep this like a Titans episode?
We'll keep it about Titans for right now, just because.
Also doesn't want to do editing.
Because he had a lot of editing here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I jumped in my truck. I don't know if that made it any better. You probably see me a little bit better.
You sound like you're in a truck.
Yeah, you sound like you're in a truck now.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
We could do
it was also getting
seconds.
very hot.
Everybody gets 30 seconds on what they think of the Titans and DC Legends.
Okay. Quick run through, and then we'll call it.
DeBoy, go.
Red Hood is the best of the bunch.
Wait, what?
I don't think.
That's my 30 seconds on the DCL. Yeah. Red Hood is the best Titan in the game.
He's not a Titan in the game.
He's literally on the list right here.
That is a list of people that appeared on the show.
Oh dear freaking God!
Not Titans in the game.
Okay.
I'm so glad we did this.
Well then, I don't know. Starfire's the best in the game then.
Okay.
So I'm not even sure what we're doing.
I don't even know either. I wanted quick DCL Titans thoughts. There's too many of them, and then not enough of them at the same time.
Yeah.
We don't have
too many
Aqualad.
random ones.
There's very random ones. We didn't need Jericho. We probably didn't need Ravager. Beast Boy is an amazing character in the game, but looks terrible. Raven looks amazing in the game, but is terrible.
She does
but I still use her sometimes. Nightwing looks really great. Is the worst of all of perhaps one of the worst tunes in the game.
He's the worst.
So yeah. That's my quick rundown. Oh, and Dove is the best Titan in the game.
Starfire kills Dove. Easy peasy.
Okay, he's fine.
I think Starfire Dove's really good, but I like Starfire better. But Dove's really good.
Yeah. Dove is really good, and Hawk is super underrated.
With Dove.
Super underrated.
Even
without Dove. He's great with Hawk Girl.
What's up, Costly? And then we'll let Josh wrap it up.
No, I was just saying I would agree with DickBabs pretty much on all that. So.
I'd love to hear it. Let's just end it right there.
Let's end it right there. Let's call it. A lot of technical difficulties right here at the very end, but I mean, I think the long story short is the Titans. Watch Titans. It's great. I mean, you do not need to watch season 1. Season 1's not bad though. Let's get that straight. It's good. Season 2's better. Season 3 is even better. Like it just gets better and better and better. And I would say even season 2 is definitely worth a watch. But I say go watch all of Titans.
If we spoiled everything and they're at this point, I would hope that they.
I guess we did spoil a lot. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, that's on them. That's on them for listening.
And if you didn't know about the secret trailer at the end, put it in the comments and say Du Bois was right.
Du Bois wasn't
I guess
lying.
hypothetically, somebody could have been like, you know what, I'm not going to watch this show, but let me listen to the spoilers so I know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, maybe. There we go.
And now they're at the end, and they're like, hey, maybe I will go back, even though I know what happens. I'd like to see it unfold.
That's great.
So.
All right, let's wrap it up there. That's it. Maybe next week. I forget what type of schedule we're trying to keep here, but thank you for listening. Costly?
Weekly.
Yeah. All right.
Costly says weekly.
Now, the word on the street is we're going to talk about Stargirl.
At some point.
Yeah.
We will be talking about Stargirl.
Yeah, do it next week.
That'll be
next week.
That'll be a mostly Zubaz and Costly talking. I'll be here for it, but I'm not. I don't have good thoughts about Stargirl, the show.
Maybe a Stargirl review and possibly a King Shark review. Because at that point I should have him high level rebirth.
Yeah, let's do it.
We could. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. Good talking to you guys, and thanks for listening. See you guys later.
See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching the Crime Alley Cast. Make sure to hit the like button and tell us what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to never miss a future episode. If you want to listen to us on the go, then check out the audio version available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and Podbean. You can also catch me and these other two ding-dongs live streaming on Twitch, so make sure to come by and say hi. Links will be in the description below.